Firstly, what we are seeing here is a group of mysterious fogs. In this world of unknown, the mysterious fog shrouds everything. Everyone, check this out. He is a giant. A giant who is waking up soon. He has a strong torso and silky smooth skin. But everyone please take a closer look. Whoop! That is right. As what you are seeing right now, his body is made with machinery. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Brown. I welcome everyone to visit our giant brains.
From the mini tribe, greetings! It is time to play our orientation video about the giant. Please set what you are doing aside. Come and enjoy the video together.
To understand with science, to make it happen with technology, friends from the mini tribe, greetings! I am the creator of the giant and the chief scientist of the mini tribe, Dr. Brown. To navigate out of the fogs and survive in this world, we have made multiple improvements and innovations, and discarded multiple giant machineries in various forms. And the ultimate product is the giant! The giant has a strong torso and agile machine elements. The most powerful weapon to defend themselves from the evil outside world. The brain of the giant is the greatest achievement from the scientific technology of the mini tribe. Once the giant has the brain, he is able to experience the outside world. And through the sophisticated work of machine elements, he is able to find ways to overcome obstacles. There is a talk of a species called human in a different, far-away dimension. They have the same kind of brain like us. In other words, the brain of the giant is the same as the human's brain. Anyways, come on, everyone! We are finishing our giant soon. Let us ride with the giant! Okay, in the next step, I am going to introduce each section of this magical brain and each of its designed functions.
Excuse me? The program is interrupted. According to the latest information we have just received, everyone, please do not panic. Simply put, Dr. Brown is missing! Sorry, that was a pre-recorded program. The police are investigating now. They have blockaded Dr. Brown's laboratory.
Oh my! Go find him immediately! Search the whole brain! Oh! Where exactly did the doctor go? No one really knows how to activate the giant. The long and hard work will go in vain. In addition, the resources lying within the fogs have been consumed entirely. If we do not ride the giant and get out of here, it will be a serious matter of survival and procreation. Oh, no, no, no.
Doctor!
It is so filthy.
Huh? Strawn? Cutie? What are you guys doing here?
Does it have to be explained? A major thing like the disappearance of Dr. Brown is, of course, related to a star driver of the giant, like myself.
Driver? That's me!
Driver? It is of course me. I am the eldest, the most experienced elder in the mini-tribe. One survival requires the wisdom from an elder.
Strength! Survival! Drive!
Well, being as beautiful as I am, the whole mini-tribe is my fan. I am absolutely the first choice to drive the giant.
I can't believe Dr. Brown. How can he disappear before he appoints me as the driver? He has not yet told me where the cockpit door is.
What? You also do not know where the cockpit is?
Muscle!
I say, calm down, everyone!
Are you... Loki? What are you doing here?
I am a detective, and this is the scene of the crime. That is why I'm here. This is very logical.
Such a pretentious guy. Why in the world are you here?
No muscle!
I have listened to your eventful discussion.
Then can you find Dr. Brown for us?
I'm afraid that is not the doctor I'm looking for, but the murderer!
Who?
Me?
It is likely that Dr. Brown has already been murdered. This is a case of secret chamber murder that happened in the giant's head. And the motive of this murderous act is to gain control of the giant. In other words, you and you are quite possibly the murderer. This is very logical.
What are you rambling about? You are the most suspicious.
Murderer!
How could we kill the doctor? We are all really anxious about the future of the mini-tribe. We have the same goal.
Driver!
There it is. The first clue. I think, therefore I am. This is definitely the message that the doctor left us before he was murdered. It seems like that Dr. Brown wanted to say to please think harder and find out all the clues he had hidden in this brain factory. The murderer will be revealed and the giant will be activated!
Huh?
This is the brain! Where else would be more suitable to reason than here? Ha 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 ha!
Then we will count on you, Loki. Please help us to get to the bottom of this. I will bid you all adieu then, everyone. You'll have to do the rest.
Huh? Wait a second. Is that old guy going to look for the cockpit of the giant?
Cockpit! Cockpit!
Heh. It is my time now. The famous detective Loki to solve the case. The doctor's laboratory is in brainstem. It is located below the cerebrum. Let me see. It is responsible for regulating breathing, heartbeats, and circulation, the basic functions of life. There are different cerebral regions in the whole cerebrum, and they all have different functions. There are bound to be some clues that the doctor has hidden when he was first creating the brain. Huh? Ah! Ow! It hurts. Ah. Huh?
Sir, nice figure. Do you usually work out?
No. I'm a detective. I'm looking for someone.
You are in the right place to search for someone in the cerebellum. We can help you find a better self. Welcome to the big family of the cerebellum. Join us to experience the beauty of exercise.
No, it's okay. I'm in a rush.
That is right. Time waits for no one. Let the cerebellum be in charge. The cerebellum is the region that keeps the physical positions, controls movements, and stores muscle memories. It oversees the micro-adjustments of movement skills. Therefore, if it's damaged, it would cause problems of balancing, maintaining and learning sophisticated movements. Very serious indeed. Sir, let me give you a cerebellum experience coupon. Come on, take it.
Oh, I don't want it.
Huh? Hey! Sir, it's free. You don't have to leave your personal information. It hurts.
Who are you? Here's who? Where I am? It's you! I know you! Your sense? You're Dr. Brown's daughter. Do you know where the doctor is?
Stop faking it, murderer! Hand my dad over! Quickly!
You're mistaken. I'm Logi. Not only am I a detective, but also a famous detective. I am in charge of the search for Dr. Brown. I followed the clues and came to the cerebellum. Then I saw you and I just fell here. This bizarre... Where are we?
Thalamus! This is thalamus! It's the nervous center of the brain. And you said you are a detective? You didn't even know this. What a liar you are.
So, what are these running beams of lights?
They are the electricity that carry all kinds of information. Now you have to tell me my dad's whereabouts.
I've told you, I'm here to look for the doctor. Rather, why are you so sure that I'm the murderer? This is not logical.
I have been observing around the cerebellum region. If there are suspicious people coming around the thalamus, they might be here for the cockpit. Whoever wants to seize the cockpit is the suspect of hurting my dad.
Oh? The cockpit of the giant is at the thalamus?
The thalamus oversees the vertical transporting of information. It's also a transit hub of feelings. That's why if the doctor wanted to set up a cockpit, the thalamus is very ideal.
Oh, so this is your own theory? And actually, you don't know where exactly the cockpit is?
This is none of your business!
Cockpit?
See? I've told you so.
Eh? Doesn't seem right.
It is unfinished.
Hmm?
This is a half-built driving device.
Why didn't they finish it? Is this logical?
It is no surprise to me. My dad's always like this. He has a lot of work and he quits halfway. I think he might have figured out that this place is not suitable to set up the cockpit.
That means...
The cockpit is elsewhere.
Now you believe me?
What do I believe? That you're not the murderer? You don't really look like one. But neither a detective.
Eh? The real professionals do not reveal themselves. Anyway, since our goal is to find the doctor, we should team up. My ability to reason and your knowledge on brain sciences, this is a very logical combination.
You are such a dippy nerd. Keep bugging me with your logic and stuff.
Let me see. This is the thalamus. See here, a mass of black stuff. Why don't we go there next?
I didn't agree on going with you. That is the limbic system around the thalamus. The doctor supposedly not designed a function there. You don't need this map. I understand the brain structure very well.
Did you just agree to come with me?
Just don't hold me back. This is logical.
Wow! Where is this place?
We're at the visual cortical area that sits on the occipital lobe. From here, our goal is to go to the first half of the cerebrum, the frontal lobe.
Do you think the doctor is at the frontal lobe?
Well, at least I think it is a very suitable location to set up the cockpit. Maybe some clues will come up.
Cool. Oh! This is the visual field of the giant?
The photoreception. If the light is used well, the giant can detect things from afar and plan things that are happening in the future.
Oh.
See? Visual information is perceived from the two eyes, and through these two optic nerves, the occipital lobe will start to process it.
What? Why do the optic nerves cross in the middle? Is it because the message received from the left visual field does not go through the left brain but through the right and right through the left?
Let's start from the beginning. The mechanic creatures the doctor created in an earlier time, their photoreception could only be used to detect the direction of the light source and moving objects. For example, when the light from a certain direction diminishes, it would probably mean that there is a moving predator in the direction. The primitive photoreception provides an easy detection and function to alarm. This is an ability that concerns life and death.
But what does it have to do with left and right crossing each other?
This is a mechanism that a doctor designed after a long period of testing and experimenting. Once the giant's photosensitive component detects the changing of the light on the right side, the left nervous system will be prompted to make the musculature contract, and the head would turn to the left side, then escaping the danger from the right. In a similar sense, the information the somatosensory system received also delivers to the opposite side of its perceiving end, because it's better for survival.
Oh, such a logical design, so automatic.
In later stages, because the information perceived by the right visual field in the somatosensory system is delivered to the left brain and vice versa, the doctor then developed the machinery of the left and right brains controlling the physical movements of the opposite sides. The above is how photoreception affects physical movements.
Oh my! Here it is! Detective, did you find the doctor?
Uh-oh.
That is what I thought. Everyone, alert! Vision. Dr. Brown must have saved the puppeteer. We can only experience beauty because of vision. My beauty can hence make sense. Appearance is everything.
Beauty! Beauty or ugliness is just a conclusion the brain made after visual information was processed. In fact, the outside world we're seeing is just an indirect imaging our brains give us. It is not real. Once the brain makes a mistake, the indirect imaging will lose its precision. Hence, we would too. In other words, the real you might not be what you have been seeing.
That is her opinion. We should respect it. It is good that she has confidence.
No, I'm only looking for the truth. She thinks herself as beautiful. That is her subjective opinion. I think she's too thin, with too much makeup, and her voices are too sharp. That is also my subjective opinion. There's no right or wrong.
I think she has a beautiful voice, but this is not the point.
Anyone here? Make them shut up!
It does sound a little sharp. Oh, so close.
Parietal lobe!
Haven't they had enough yet?
This is the parietal lobe of the cerebrum. It oversees...
Taste, touch, and pain!
In a general sense, yes. But actually, many cerebral regions take part in each sense. For example, see the bottles there? It's one of the cerebral regions that deals with the sense of taste. The region activates when there is food in the giant's mouth. So the giant feels tastes of sourness, sweetness, bitterness, saltiness, umami, and others.
Senses of taste? This is all so real. Did we create a robot that likes to taste?
The sense of taste is a chemical sensing ability. It helps us find the foods that benefit our survival. For example, the taste of sugar is sweet, and it brings the joyous feeling of wonderfulness. Some toxic matters produce the taste of bitterness. They make people feel disgusted and want to avoid. That's why the sense of taste drives us to seek good and avoid bad.
Ah! Strong! Touch! Go against the world! Ah!
That is the somatosensory cortex. It represents different senses of touch. When a giant's skin touches an object, the signal arrives here. It enables the giant to feel the textures of objects.
I can understand this better. The giant needs the ability to sense dangers in the surroundings.
Pain! Endure! Go through hardship! I am the driver! Cockpit is here! Go look!
Pain is not to be endured. It's to alarm you when there's danger, idiots!
I know, you really like to fuss with them.
Brainstorm! Fast!
Strong cannot fall!
Here is the temporal lobe on the two sides of the cerebrum, and we are now at the left temporal lobe.
We were just going to the frontal lobe. Such a winding journey. What are these bottles for? The sense of smell?
The sense of smell is used to detect the chemical compounds in the air. It's a sense that appeared really early in the process of evolution. It not only helps with distinguishing the smell of things, but also with analyzing the concentration of chemical substances in the environment to help discern the distance of things and the point in time of their appearances. Okay, no time to fool around. We need to hurry. Here is the auditory cortex. Huh?
Is anyone here?
Are you a kid? Smelling and touching everything you see. Are we looking for my dad or taking a trip?
I'm a detective. Whatever I do for the case. This is logical. Right. What mechanism does auditory perception have?
You have so many questions.
But don't you like to explain as well?
Auditory perception is an ability to sense the distance. The doctor's earlier auditory perception design was mainly to help the giant escape danger. For instance, if there is a sound in the surrounding, it tells you to escape reflexively. However, the doctor realized that the auditory perception-induced reflexive responses are overly rigid. He then made the auditory perceptive information delivered to also the cerebral cortex, using sound to localize the direction and where the sound comes from. There are two very important survival skills. If one can tell where the sound comes from, one can efficiently escape from danger to the other direction and correctly tell which object is making the sound. It also helps make out if the source of the sound really is a threat. This way, the rustling of winds and the chirping of birds would not be mistaken as enemies invading. When the giant's brain is locating the source of sound, he analyzes interaural time difference. The principle of this is due to the distance between the left and right ears in the space. It creates a short time difference between the two ears when the sound is delivered. That's why the ear that is closer to the sound source receives the sound first. The brain can then reversely localize the sound source. In addition, do you know why there are strange folds on the giant's ears? Not only do the folds help with collecting sounds, there are also also used to tell the vertical heights of the sound source. Sound sources with different vertical heights reflect the faults on the auricle and form changes. Based on this, the brain can tell the vertical heights of the sound source.
Wow, these designs are so exquisite. Am I right, Giant?
That's right. That's right. The Giant is so great.
Eld?
Hey, you two do not have to be nervous. I'm not here to ask for troubles. I am not like Pewty and Strawn who stubbornly want to control the Giant. I want to find Dr. Brown as well. After all, activating the Giant is the ultimate goal of the mini-tribe. Right. Why did you two find your ways here?
You answer first. Why are you here?
Aye. The reason why I'm here is because I have an outstanding discovery. Do you know what your father has hidden in the Giant's brain?
What exactly do you want to say?
Aye. That is right. It is about what you want to say. I have found that the Doctor designed the ability to use languages in the Giant's cerebral regions.
Language ability? Do you mean the Giant can speak?
That's right. This secret chamber is the evidence. There is not only this one secret chamber in the brain.
Language ability is extremely complex, so the Doctor uses multiple regions to process languages. Not only so, the Doctor also designed some impressive mechanisms to help the Giant learn languages.
Continue. We want to know.
For example, the Giant's brain will decide which phonemes are more important depending on the frequency of the phonemes showing up in the surroundings, and decide how much brain power it should use to learn. The so-called phoneme is the basic phonic element that humans can produce and from which humans can hear. Like ba, pa, the consonants, or a, e, the vowels, and others. When human babies were just born, they can already make out almost 800 phonemes that currently exist in the world. But when they're almost 6 and 9 months old, babies' ability to distinguish the vowel and consonant phonemes will start to become narrower or more specific. In other words, babies develop a keener sensitivity to the frequently heard phonemes in their mother tongues.
I'm starting to get lost. Harking back to the subject, do you already know about this clue and without telling me?
Well, it's because I'm not quite sure about this. My dad designed the language ability without me knowing.
This is a Giant that has 5 senses that are fully developed? Not only so, he can speak and learn? This is...
Right. How did you find your ways here?
The temporal lobe is not our destination.
So where do you actually want to go?
The cockpit?
Oh? Where would the cockpit be?
We were going to the frontal lobe.
Logie!
Oh my! So the cockpit is in the frontal lobe.
Alf! What do you want?
I have said it. I want to find the Doctor, but in the meantime, I also want to find the cockpit. What? You want to come with me?
In your dreams! Alf! You do know that you need my knowledge to find the cockpit. Leave Logie alone or I will not comply.
So you want to save this guy? Do you think he's your partner? Aye. He's just using you to look for the cockpit. It is not at all to find your dad.
What are you rambling about?
I did not ramble on. The evidence is that piece of paper you found in the laboratory, Logie. Logie did not tell you about that note?
What note?
He must have been preserving something for himself to use for finding the cockpit when the time is right. The answer is, I think. Therefore, I am.
Friends! It's never that!
Then what is it like? This directly links to my dad!
Wait, Eld! How admit that I want to find the cockpit myself. However...
Oh my. I had no idea that you were just a weasel that resorts to every last solution to get to the cockpit.
What are you doing?
Why don't you just come with me, Sam? Let's go look for the doctor together. If we don't find him, your knowledge still has major use value.
Hey! Use me! I actually made out where the doctor is!
There is no use for you to talk further. Go into the metabolizing channel where the brain processes rubbish and think it over!
He has 5 senses. He talks. He has the ability to learn. Surprising. Design? Logic. Dr. Brown!
Who is looking for Dr. Brown?
Doctor, it's me. I'm the famous detective Logie.
Famous detector? Famous detector Goji? Aye! Let me tell you, something is really wrong.
Wait a second, Doctor. I have a question. What does the robot creature out there do?
Oh, you mean the hippocampus? It is in charge of writing memories into the brain.
Memories? Do you mean the giant's brain remembers stuff?
Talking about hippocampus, it is incredible! The sensory faculties receive stimulations from the outside. Then the hippocampus writes these stimulations into the cerebral cortex to form memories. If the hippocampus is damaged, we will not be able to repair past memories, and these past memories will slowly disappear.
Sure enough, the design of the giant has surpassed what the mini-tribe originally imagined. Huh?
Not only so, the giant also has emotions.
Emotions? Do you mean joy, anger, sadness, and happiness?
Indeed. The giant's emotions happen here. The amygdala. Emotion is such a complex mechanism, it is divided into many parts. First, the physical reactions such as crying, laughing, sweating, or heartbeat accelerating. Then the ways of thinking could also change with emotion, such as when one is scared, one's senses are sharper, and when one is sad, one travels in past memories. Then there are also behavioral changes. They might be behaviors to avoid dangerous situations, or for making oneself happy. Actually, when I was designing the giant, I did not mean to build these functions. But when the giant becomes more and more complete, it was like an energy showing up out of nowhere. It manipulated me and forced me to continue building these imaginative functions.
Did you mean there was no one kidnapping you?
Kidnapping? There is no such thing. I was too scared. Everything has gone out of my control. That is why I am here. I suspected that it was related to the giant's consciousness. I didn't think that.
Now you could not get out of here?
It seems like it. Well, it is very cozy here. I am only with myself and my emotions.
Doctor! You must come with me. Senses, she's kidnapped by the L to the frontal lobe.
Sense. Why?
Al thinks that the giant's cockpit is in the frontal frontal lobe, so he forces sense to go with him. He wants to use sense knowledge to figure out ways to control the giant.
Evil Eld! Let go of my daughter! Since he likes to control stuff.
Please calm down. It is more urgent that we are on our way there.
Did you say they are going to the frontal lobe?
Yes, and they are already on their way.
Rest assured, I know a lot of secret passages in the brain.
Doctor, I have a plan. After what just happened, I figured out something. Please follow my lead later.
The frontal lobe is the region that is last developed. It oversees reasoning, planning, and functions like suppressing urges. It lets the giant devices and reacts agilely to the stimulations.
Why? That is right. The cockpit must be here.
Huh? Dad!
Is this? Oh, my. I see. The real cockpit is not a console, but a place to upload one's own consciousness to the giant. How dare he connect to the giant?
Dad!
Everyone, wait by the side.
Is someone ahead of us? What is on the Eld's head? That is...
Cockpit!
I say, you people, calm down!
Logie! What do you want now? Fake detective?
Eh? Don't fight over this apparatus. After all, the giant is not activated by Eld's connection because this is not the real console!
Stop lying to us.
What? Where am I? Who is where? Oh, right. I did connect to the giant. I seem to have figured something out while I was in the process of connecting.
Doctor, explain!
Okay, to put it this way, the giant's development is not only beyond my original design, but it also lacks a cockpit and a console. What?
Then how do we manipulate the giant?
How? We simply cannot.
Hey, Sense. First, I have to apologize to you. I did hide this note from you. But it was not that I did not want you to know. It is that I was afraid that you could find out that the note, was not written by the doctor, but me.
I have said that you are a liar!
These few words are fake clues that I took from a sentence. In the doctor's notebook, he is thinking, therefore is he being too. I rewrote it to an abstract sentence. Then I stuck some blood on it to create some sense of suspicion and to attain the purpose of making people rely on me because I want to be a good detective.
Oh God, how bold are you? So when you were sneakily showing up at the doctor's laboratory, you were thinking about these tricks? And you were actually just a liar who is also trying to find the cockpit? That's right!
Liar! Liar! Huh?
Quiet! You! Keep talking!
All right, I'm sorry. And then some unexpected things happened. My childish act and the doctor's sentence of, he is thinking, therefore is he being too, started to brew in the right direction while I was on this journey.
5 senses and the ability to learn?
And memories and emotions. That's right. Now the developing direction of the giant is no longer decided by the doctor's design.
Is it not decided by us, the creators?
It no longer is. The brain of the giant has activated itself. The evidence is the power that controlled me. The power is the giant's consciousness. To be more precise, that power was the giant's dream. The dream that the sleeping giant is currently having. The brain uses this time to reorganize and metabolize, and to prepare for waking up. So I go and make sure about this alone. Then I could not return by accident. However, let me clarify something. I did not ruin my own laboratory when I ran away, nor did I bleed.
Then why is the laboratory set like a crime scene?
I will explain this later.
The point is, when I saw the note on which Logie wrote down, I think therefore I am earlier, I began to feel better. I am willing to try to connect to the giant's self-sufficient cerebral cortex to see if the giant is actually dreaming. The answer is affirmative, just like what Eld is doing right now. He is connecting to the giant's dream and experiencing the state of nothingness before the giant wakes up.
I do not understand! You are all liars! Lying to strong!
What? Where am I? Who is here? Am I the giant? I cannot control him! He is alive! I was almost not myself!
So here comes my theory. The existence of the mini-tribe is like the genes of the animals. By continuously evolving, it creates the most suitable vehicle for extending the existence. For the body, to face the many challenges in this world, the genes designed the brain to respond to them. The genes gave the brain all sorts of resources to make the brain stronger and stronger. So what is happening now is that the brain has developed a self-consciousness. It tried to break away from the genes, aka the control from us, the mini-tribe. This is the free will of life.
What free will of life? He is our giant!
Hey, do not panic. I'm going to take this chance to announce my reasoning. Let us rewind. Someone came to the doctor's laboratory before the giant was almost done. Maybe he wanted to steal files or to kill the doctor. Why? Because he was aware the giant's conscious early on?
The language ability?
That's right! Right after you found out the giant has the language ability, you started to plan all this. Eld! You are the one who destroyed Dr. Brown's laboratory!
What are you rambling on about?
You are scared that you're not going to have a chance to control the giant. However, you think the creator of the giant, Dr. Brown, can control the consciousness of the giant. That is why when you saw the doctor wearing the headset, you were sure that it was the console.
Shut the hell up! Oh.
But when you came to the laboratory, you found out the doctor had disappeared. So you had the idea to set the laboratory as a crime scene. You spilled your own blood to make people think that Dr. Brown has died, to create chaos. Because you are old and using a cane, your struggle in moving around would not make people notice so much. Then, you thought if you could find the giant's cockpit first, or even if you got lucky, you can then really kill the doctor in the meantime, and become the giant's driver without questions raised.
What proof do you have?
This is the proof. Because you searched Dr. Brown's laboratory yourself, you are sure that there was not a note inside the laboratory. That is why. You know this is from me, Logie. I wrote it. That is why you use this note to alienate me in sense. This is logical. You cunning prick!
Who are you to judge someone else?
I'm only doing this for my tribe. The giant that was created for us. How can it not be controlled by us? It is all because of you. You created the useless giant. You have to take responsibility. Here! And you, the liar!
Where's the knife?
Beauty, it is on you to get rid of these traitors!
This is too ungraceful.
Too ridiculous! Is the giant conscious? Has our existence become meaningless? Are we betrayed by the creature we created?
As a matter of fact, I do not think it's like this. Doctor, please show everyone.
What?
I have found there is a unique region in the very center of the blueprint of the cerebrum. It is not a pair like the other cerebral regions. There's only one. Maybe this could explain everything.
The pineal body. One of its functions is to regulate the melatonin in the body, basing on the light changes perceived by the eyes, and to control the biological clock of day and night and of the 4 seasons.
And because of its location in the brain, I am suspicious of this being the cockpit. But after everything and what the doctor has said,
Logie thinks this could be in which the consciousness of the giant lies. That is to say, where the soul is.
Soul? Do you mean the soul of the giant?
This is so
Beautiful!
this is where the power source of how the giant is influencing the mini tribe. This is romantic?
I actually do not agree with you, Logie. After all, we do not really have evidence. Other than that, I think the giant does not actually know the existence of the mini tribe. It is like how human bodies cannot really control their own genes. Genes and their vehicles are symbiotic. We need the giant to survive. With the same logic, the giant needs us to continue to work to create energies to function. Behaviorally, the giant has his own consciousness. He thinks, he doubts. The action of thinking is the proof of the existence of the giant, a concrete proof. I think this is the so-called I think, therefore I am. And regarding if the giant really has a soul, that is beyond what we can guess and suspect.
But so what if the giant has consciousness? The purpose of a living creature is not only to be alive. Won't the giant feel lonely in the future?
Maybe, or maybe not. We have to assume that there is also a group of people like us in the far-away outside world. We can create the giant. I believe that they can too. Our creations develop changes due to environmental influences. No matter how far the distance is or how long the time takes, this power that drives everything is called evolution. For survival, the giant will find a reason to survive.
But everything has to have an absolute logic. How is the consciousness of giant developed? Right. Have you forgiven me?
Of course not.
Huh? Oh.
At the moment, what we can do is to wait for the giant to wake up himself. As for where the giant will go after he wakes up, that's the giant's decision. The famous detective. You are like the giant. You have new opportunities.
Oh.